Good morning. We're here with Eric Horst, Millersville University meteorologist. Thanks for joining us, Eric. Our paper this morning talked about 1 to 4 inches of snow for most of the county. What are you seeing now as the storm intensifies and starts to move up the coast? Tell us your latest forecast.
Sure. Well, the worst of the storm is going to miss us, of course. That's going to hit extreme northeastern Pennsylvania up into New England. Here in the Lancaster area, we're going to be just in the western edge, so it's a nuisance type event. I think 1 to 4 inches is still in the right range of things. I think the 4 is more likely in extreme northeastern Lancaster County, like up around Adamstown, Reinholds, Morgantown, Terry Hill. Those places may see 3 or 4. I think most of your readers, viewers, are probably going to be more like the inch or 2 range of things.
What's the timing of the storm?
Right. Well, right now there's just some light rain and drizzle out there, and that's going to continue to be the case into early afternoon. As the storm develops off the coast, cold air will get drawn in. So I think between 3 and 6 p.m. this afternoon, Lancaster County will experience a changeover to snow. And then there's a few-hour period right around sunset into early evening. That is our chance to get accumulating snow here. If it doesn't happen then, well, then it might be a bust here. So this evening, that's our time frame. Later tonight, it's just going to be more like lingering snow showers and flurries that can certainly yield a coating, but accumulating snow looks like this evening.
So what will the commute and the ride home for kids on school buses be like today? A little dicey or okay?
Yeah, well, I've already got a few calls from schools and talking, should we early dismiss or not? And I told them, well, just plain rain through 3 o'clock this afternoon. So, the first half of the afternoon, no problems. Late afternoon, if after school activities, things like that, that's when we're talking about that changeover. Now, temperatures are very marginal. They're 34 degrees around the county right now for the most part, and I don't think we drop below freezing until around sunset. So I think the roads, assuming it's snowing late this afternoon, can begin to slick up 5 o'clock maybe, right as the sun is setting. The atmosphere will begin to cool. I think travel will be worse getting into the evening hours, and then I think things clean up quickly. Again, just how much is still a tricky forecast.
Are there any chances we could see some surprises, that the storm could shift a little bit and we could get a little more than you're expecting?
Yeah, well, this is a complex storm. This is a split flow event, so surprises like that are always a possibility. I think at this stage of the game, though, I see the storm forming east of Norfolk right now. It is offshore. It's going to stay offshore. So I think a last-minute shift west that would pummel us with heavy snow is very unlikely, like less than 10% chance that would happen. I think the more likely outcome, again, is an inch or 2 with the heavier snow as you get up towards the Lehigh Valley to our north and east, and especially the Poconos up into the Catskills in New England. And I'll tell you, there's probably a 20% chance the storm forms even farther out to sea, in which case we might wake up tomorrow morning and just have a dusting on the ground.
Well, I wouldn't want to be in Beantown this weekend. They're calling for 2 to 3 feet there. The 8-year-old in me is a little disappointed at this winter so far. Is there any chances we're going to see more snow, a substantial storm? We have about a month and a half left of winter. What's your call?
Right. Well, as you get into March, it becomes less and less likely, of course. The days are longer, and there have been big storms in March, but they're really a relative rarity. Here in February, this is the snowiest month of the winter, so we're going to miss the boat on a big one here today, it seems. I see an active pattern. There's going to be a storm next week, but it's going to cut to our west, so that looks more like rain showers on Monday. Maybe there could be a little bit of freezing rain right around daybreak, but I think it's mainly a rain event here on Monday. Later next week, another storm may have more cold air to work with. So I think the next couple of weeks, there's opportunity. I'm certainly not going to guarantee a big snowstorm, though.
So we're going to dodge it today, and the future looks uncertain.
Yeah, it looks uncertain. I mean, the ingredients are there, Cindy. There's still a lot of cold air across Canada. We're going to see that seep in here from time to time over the next couple of weeks. We have an active storm track off the Pacific. We're going to see a couple more disturbances go by. So I think we'll see more snow, but whether it's another minor event or something more significant, well, we got to wait and see.
Okay. Thanks for joining us today, and thanks for telling us about the latest storm.
You're welcome.